Yes, greetings, beloved. Salamta, blessed love. Wonderful. You're here with us again in the Tiger's Nest. I'm very honored that you could come and step in here with us. We're going to spend just a few moments this evening, or whenever you're seeing this, to speak about the brutality that the elders within the Rastafari movement faced, specifically directly during the time of Coral Gardens. And the reason why I'm doing this, and we're going to be doing an extensive program on it, on the Shock of the Hour radio program. But the reason why we're doing this is because that previous interview we did with Brother Bongo Flacco, I was somewhat surprised. A few people either emailed me or contacted me or even left some comments saying they did not know that the elders went through so much of brutality as he was speaking about Honorable King Emmanuel being beaten. Remember, riot buttons broke in King Emmanuel and no bones were broken. We have spoken of that several times from different angles, from different accounts. So what we're going to do, at least for this evening here, I'm just going to highlight a short piece of that film there, the Coral Gardens Massacre. I mean, it's more than Coral Gardens. What he was speaking about as Bongo Flacco as it relates to the Honorable King Emmanuel, what he went through there, that wasn't Coral Gardens. That was in 1958 at Bakawal. Plus, of course, Coral Gardens and a lot of brutality that the elders of Rastafari went through. And a lot of these elders are still with us. Yes, ones have passed, but a lot of them are still with us. And to be very honest, many of us who even take up this faith, this art of Rastafari, and we don't have an understanding of what the elders that went before us, went through the atrocities that they faced, faced, that some of us never even, even knew about. That's the point, much less to face ourselves. That's why sometimes the elders ask, could you younger ones go through what we went through? And in some way, you may think you could, but in some way, you have to, be humble towards their feelings and their emotions. So we're going to touch upon that now. But as I said, this strong, we're going to do an extensive program, not on YouTube, on the Shock of the Hour radio program. Remember, if you're not a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour, all you have to do is to contact us, priestisaac27@gmail.com. But of course, remember, it's this Sunday. Before we go too deep, remember, it's this Sunday, the 1st of November. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Remember, it's Rastafari and the Woman, our online lecture. I am hoping that by now you would have already received your ticket. Admission is only $20. And remember, you could definitely make your payments by using the Cash App. In fact, that is the preferred means of payment. That's the Cash App at Honora 2723. That's ATONRA 2723. But for sure, if you do not have the Cash App, you do not utilize Cash App, we could still make the transfer. Just email us now. Email us, not Cash App us, but email us at priestisaac27@gmail.com, and we'll make the other arrangements. I will highlight again, we're not using PayPal again for the moment. We are somewhat reconfiguring that. And in the future, we will have that PayPal account up for us to utilize. So I'm looking forward, my brothers and sisters. It's 7 p.m. sharp Eastern Caribbean time. That's the time in the Eastern Caribbean. I cannot tell you the time where you are. You gotta, work that out for yourself. But that's our time. So you just check your time with our time and make sure you join us. It's going to be a wonderful lecture. We are looking for, the levels like the previous one, Rastafari and the Cosmos, because we will be going into the Cosmos for sure. We will be going into different aspects of the woman, the science thereof of the black hole in connection with the uterus and the womb, the whole science as it relates to the polarity of positive and negative. Yeah, we'll be reading a little from the Willie Lynch letter too, how to break the woman. So many different things we're going to be getting into within that 2-hour period. And it's going to be an interactive presentation. Remember, we have that question room available where you could just put down your question, and depending on, you know, the votes you get for your question, if one's vote on your question and say, well, I would like to hear the answer to that question as well, that will give the question that you have preference. So when we go into the question room, if your question has 10 votes, another question has 5, another has 2, we will more attend to the one with the 10 votes first, because that's what the majority of the people would want to know about. You'll be able to come on screen, we could interact and speak depending if we go that far. So many things we could do on this webinar platform. So I'm inviting you. It's going to be a very nice presentation. You'll really enjoy it. So all you have to do is to, when you send the finance to the Cash App, this is very important. When you send the Cash App, please still email us. Although the information will come to us, but we are asking that you still email us, and we will, you know, because I will need your email to make sure we send the key so you come into the lecture on Sunday. And the reason for that too, sometimes the information, the Cash App may not be the email that we email you to give you the key so that you come into the webinar on Sunday. So we would like you to email us as well and tell us that we just sent you that Cash App and this is the information XYZ. All right, so wonderful. Now, as I said, we're going to be highlighting a specific documentary, and we're talking about Bad Friday, the Rastafari after Coral Gardens. So what you're going to be hearing here, for those who have not seen this, it's like a collection of elders. This is a lengthy documentary, not lengthy really, but it's compared to what we're going to give you, there's a lot more. This is about 47 minutes into it. But if you have never seen this, I advise you go and sit and watch it this evening, or tomorrow evening on the Shock of the Hour radio program. As I said, we'll be taking more time to go into it and, you know, getting some feedback as well as it relates to what the elders went through. And this was sparked because of the conversation that we had with Good Bongo Flacco. So let us hear some of the elders' account, you know, from their own words.
That stone we appealed me there. Yeah, and they kick off my door. Yeah. And they turn up my face, turn down my face and turn me back. And then got me back a beat with the right button and gun boat. So all my ribs them broke. 2 of them broke. They give me something all in my head. Man, me some fool man, piss up myself. But me I tell you biggie. And when I look, I see man no farm a leaf with stick, stone, machete to heavy weapon them have. They have man barrack broke up boy and that the soldier them. A blue suit them have on with helmet. Gun, one of them take the gun and lick eye right as they said. Right here, so I lick eye I drop clear like tongue. And the time I drop about 7 of them are pure kick. Raise eye up back. I bleed from this side right onto the hurt.
You should the second morning, then take you out one by one. And batten the back up and batten the back up and batten. When they done with, when they done 3 morning straight, then give you that they feed there. Beaten. And every one of them what beat you. Have to chop up hand. For hours when they lick and piece of flesh, but 2 hours for them they lick and lick, batten and batten back up on one another. And flick back to them pull muscle and all and them. You have to chop up their hand.
But while we was there now in the night, police come in the morning, early in the before day around 2 o'clock. They charge the brethren for common assault. And they charge I know for the brethren gas lamp that they took away from the brethren. And the brethren have a big cook fork that him for always frying dumpling with and sell it when he was in Kingston. And them take a big tape from him and charge a few things and have a position. Well, we spent 7 days in Black River Police Station, and on the 8th day now, they transfer us to Balaclava Police Station and carry us to Balaclava Courthouse.
I was working at Ironshore, and I hear that they're coming on with Rasta. And I sit down there, and afterward I see some police and soldier and pavilion, they come through the cane piece was right there. And the whole of them come through and then take me first. After I take the other brethren and go to our next spot who are that side and take our next one. We go Falmouth, but that jail couldn't hold me. And then carry go to Falmouth. And I stay at Falmouth Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, court. We got a court.
What did they charge you with?
Breach of the public law.
The Thursday morning, around 4 o'clock, I hear a rolling, coming very fast. And when it come up, I hear it stop, how it gate like here, so. And hear boom, 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 boom. And board house. I mean, like, we have a little keyhole and when I trip out, so. I see soldiers like sand grain. I go back and say, Marcin, police and soldier out there, you know. Well, we have a little brother live before me. I realize, then lick down the door and then go in and then start murder him and then drag him out.
Murder, Mr. Murder. The guy murder me, man. All the woman with piece of chicken and all them kind of way that. And then they show down for me, I said, them beat me to kill me. Stone, iron, everything they find. Yes.
What I do now if it's here, Marcin now, I take off the mattress off of the bed, and I put it in the corner, and then go in the mattress, and I tie the mattress down here, so I tie it up here, so, and I hold the head, the breeze can go in now. And so I get to save him from brutality, with the big belly. Taking the Friday night, have the baby the Saturday night. Death road. But I say I not go in a hospital because if it has judgment, I not go. I stay there till Almighty Jah help me and then take out the baby for me. See? I bleed till me white. White, like piece of white cloth. Then I have no blood in me. And at 7 days the baby live. 3 spoonful of tea, no breast until they die.
The Friday, it was more wickedly. The hard man, the hard Rasta man through that gully. And so then they haul them, they kick them, they turn up, then jump a Rasta man.
The memory of the struggle that Rastafari have gone through, supposed to stick with I and I.
Was treated brutality underneath that government. Because from his Rasta, him said, you must go to prison or you die. Because then catch all Rastafari have little ear and thing, him say, must shoot first and inquire after.
And Mr. Bustamante say, carrying all Rastaman, dead or alive. He say, who can hold a 14? We hold on the cemetery.
When him say the jail can't hold them, throw them for Bogil. Yeah. Bogil is the cemetery in Mobile. That means to kill them. So we never like them sounding.
Did you know? So did you know how the elders suffered because they called on Rastafari? So did you know how the elders suffered to bring this liberty to why and I?
Star newspaper came out and said, bringing all Rastas dead or alive. And that was a very frightening experience for me in 1963. And when I read the news article carefully, I realized that one of my school friends was the one that got shot. That night I went down to visit my girlfriend, and after I left I was walking along Dome Street and a whole lorry full of soldiers just swarmed down on me and started asking questions. I got so frightened I said, please take me to the nearest police station. And it was at the police station now that the whole revelation of what the incident took place, because I met at the police station my schoolmate from primary school that used to live right here, and he was a policeman. And he's the one that began to tell me the whole incident. He said on the night of the incident, he was on patrol, and when he saw the young Rastas somewhere down in the bushes there, he got frightened. And he went against instructions and took out a cartridge and put it in the gun and into the gun against the instructions of the inspector, and fired and shot my schoolmate.
I am a brethren, so we're gonna have a little smoke. We go for that, we go catch our fresh now, we go collect with little money. All we hear, police, come down. Rasta, who no kill good police. And from that, they take us, beat us up, put us into a jeep. We are in there for 31 days before I was sent to General Penitentiary, which was even a wrong prisoner sent me. Because for first offender, I used to go to the farm instead of the general. I was tried half naked because they beat my shirt off. So that's the way I try. Mr. Pilot say unto me, Mr. Brissett, I can do better. I have to send to prison. I say, Mr. Pilot, you say, I see you. Did you say I do something? So you see, when my day come, I'm gonna dribble your cup. And I mean it even now and forever.
What is your name?
Oh, Noel Bennett.
And you're born?
Born in Jamaica, in Cardwell, April 43.
My name is Winston Ferguson. I was born in Barnet Lane, in 10 Barnet Lane, in 1942, 5th of October.
My name is Alan Bennett.
And when were you born?
1935.
My name, Oscar None to the Flesh, Frank Garden.
My name is Justin Reed. I was born in Salt Spring in 1923.
My name is Enos Aldine. I born 1934. I was born in Westmoreland, 1920. My name, Ivan Sama.
My name is Caswell Shakespeare. I was born January 20, 1937.
Prince Albert Williams.
And when were you born?
1940. 46, 47, one place.
Thomas Lyon, my name was.
Thomas Lyon?
Yes.
All right. And you don't know which year you're born?
No, man. They are like it.
Yeah, we definitely give thanks, for the life giver and the keeper of life, and I say all courtesy of the producers of such a video. Yeah. So for sure, give thanks again for the elders that would have shared that information there. For sure, it is something that is touching when you understand the history. This is a documentary again. I know a lot of you are familiar with the documentary. We just say we'd spend some time and look at it, especially after we had that interaction with Brother Flacco, Bingley Flacco, and to hear it again from at least a clip from the elders' mouth. Because I must say I was a bit not surprised, but maybe a little shocked, shock of the hour. When ones were saying, I didn't know the elders suffer, so well, you didn't know. It's worse than that. I mean, we could sit for hours and talk forever and ever and ever and cannot really go into the depths of how the Rasta man and Rasta woman suffered, not just in Jamaica. Even just around here in Antigua, in St. Lucia, in Barbados, in Trinidad, in Bahamas, you know what I mean? Even in Europe, in England, even in Africa, they get, but the atrocity and the levels that came down, especially on the Caribbean race, is a bit different. Yeah, it's a bit different. St. Kitts, enough brutality, some heavy brutality on Rastafari. So what the elders here are speaking of, you know, just to be called by his name, just to carry the look of the ancient man, just to show you, remember, we just coming out of slavery. We just, as if we are afraid to see ourselves. It's ourselves we saw. It's ourselves we saw. If you notice, the police officer said, where is it? I want you to hear that. He clearly said that. Here it is. Let me make him say what he said.
On the edge of society, like you have to stay both in the hills. You can't venture too much in the city and town. They don't want to see you, you know, because them figure say you bring certain light to the people.
My name is Selborne A. Reed. I'm an ex-Jamaican policeman, retired detective inspector. I recall even in my own growing up, Rastafarians were not accepted per se as ordinary citizens. Eventually I joined the force.
Listen to this.
And I recall that in our shooting range, the targets were oftentimes the image of a Rastaman with locks.
So in his shooting range as a youth, the target, you see what they have as the image of a criminal, not a robber with a mask, not a rapist, not some kind of, you know what I mean, white collar criminal. No, a Rasta man is who they have an effigy or image or whatever they have up there of a far eye. And that is what they aim their gun and shoot after.
Placed there. And in our mind, that was the look of a criminal. And so we would use those images as targets.
So you can see now, for sure, as he said, it's a psychological warfare taking place here. So you're basically given raw meat to eat. I just always say, so I said, wait, the police is raw meat they feed them fellas there, man. How they just react like that? You understand? How black people does deal with black people, eh? When you check out the brutality level that the police force all over the world. I mean, black police force now. Even if Bustamante was the head as a mulatto or whatever he was. As a black people, look how we deal with one another in the Congo, in Burundi, in Rwanda, in Uganda, all over the world, where you have black governments, the black police force still act brutality, as the elder said there a while ago. Yeah, with its citizens. And wherever Rasta has come up, especially in 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because with no disrespect, Rastafari in certain places, you know, like even in the African continent is still young to a degree. Yeah, they have some elders there that cite the thing long time. But it wasn't a growth like what you see, obviously, in Jamaica and certain parts of the Caribbean. So Rastafari in them parts really taste blood. Brutality, man. What on earth? Why you can deal with your black brother like that? So as you could see, psychologically, they are trained to kill Rastafari. So it was nothing now when you loose them and say, go, get them, for them to come down. They beat Rasta to the point, as one elder say, none of them escape, because so much of them around him beating him that all of them get scratch up and cut up and sore hand and cramp muscle. So they're even damaging themselves. You could see it's a passion of wickedness take over, that you can just be beating a man that do you nothing, to the point that you're cutting yourself. baton licking back on you. That's what the Ras was saying. He said, none of them get away. So you could imagine the kind of blows he get. The man they used to talk a while ago gets some serious blows. Lock up for 31 days. Every day they come and open and it's blows. So when he take the rifle gun butt and bust his toe open, one of the daughters scream. And they say, what you scream for? You ain't see nothing yet. Just wait till we go down the station. Bring them in, dead or alive. Eh? Yeah, but anyway, as I said, sometime doing this strong. We have so many things to touch upon on the shock of the hour. We will be going more into this subject area and, you know, actually revisiting and reevaluating some of the things that good Elder Bongo Flacco really gave to us. And we definitely intend to have some of these elders within the programming of the Shock of the Hour as well. Hey, if you're not a member of the Shock of the Hour, and remember, it's always a good time to be a member of the Shock of the Hour. You know, if you do not really comprehend what this is about, let me just make it clear. The Shock of the Hour is a radio program that we produce each and every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Shock of the Hour itself is a program that we send out to all our subscribers. For those who are not in a position to hear it wherever it may be aired in any affiliated stations, the Shock of the Hour is also sent out via the email. You subscribe to the Shock of the Hour by contacting us at priestisaac27@gmail.com, and you definitely get the program specifically every day. You can make a monthly subscription, a half-year subscription, or a yearly subscription, and obviously the more time that you put on it, it is the better for you as such, if you want to say economically. But remember, when you are a member of the Shock of the Hour, you are definitely entitled, for example, to all the things that we have to offer. As we have before you here, our lecture on Sunday. From you're a member of the Shock of the Hour subscription team, you will be getting free of charge your key to enter into our webinar setting as well. When you subscribe to the Shock of the Hour, the books that are available also, and our specifically our documentaries, all of these are blessed upon those who partake with us in the Shock of the Hour. So I would advise you to be a member of the Shock of the Hour subscription team. And when you subscribe, you definitely get your ticket for Sunday's lecture. But if you're not interested and you're not subscribing, well, I hope you still will be there on Sunday. It's the 1st of November, 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. As we said, the admission is only $20. And of course, you could utilize the Cash App. It is available at @RAT2723, Rastafari and the Womb Man. Believe me, you don't know where we're going with this. It's going to be a dynamic presentation. You know, we always have something nice to put together, man. Believe me, it's definitely something that we have, you know, make sure we put our time into our research to bring a very wholesome presentation to you. So, you know what I mean, set yourself, bring your family around, put it on the big screen, and you know, we have 2 hours to go into it. It will be a wonderful evening. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Remember, if you do not have the Cash App, you could, of course, email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com. And even when you send the Cash App, we are asking that you email us as well, that we could even make that exchange and send you your key to enter. So give thanks again for the life giver and the keeper of life. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday, if I do not see you before, but I intend to see you before. Holy Manuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. It is blessed. Give thanks.